Hello, my name is Debbie McGrann. I'm a real estate agent in Maryland and a team leader of the REAP Advantage team serving all 50 states. I created yourrealestateacademy.com for potential home buyers to have a convenient central location with all the information available to you on your schedule. Now, the information that we provide on this website is government produced information for home buyers. So it's trusted information and it's not advertising. It's right from government research. My purpose is to teach you the home buying process step by step. So you will begin your home search process with knowledge, information, and confidence. Everything is going to be available on the website for you to download and review and to learn the process. I prepared a series of online lessons about the home buying process. And it's based on frequently asked questions that we get from our clients. Today's question is, what do I need to do first before buying a home? Now, this is very important because buying a home is a big goal that every family should have in order to build family wealth through home ownership, which we know is the way to go, rather than renting. The first thing you need to do is set your goal. Set your goal and decide that you are going to be a homeowner. Now, whether you're 18, 28, or 38, or 58, that's the first thing you need to do. And what I like to tell people is, when you have a goal that's as important as home ownership, you have to be really, really serious and you have to have a plan, and that's what we're going to do. But take a picture of a home that you like. Maybe it's a family home that you grew up in, or somebody in the neighborhood has a house that you love, or you drive by on your way to work a great house that you think, someday I would like to live in that house. Take a picture of it and put a copy of that picture where you will see it every single day. Because our minds have a way of working toward those goals. And our mind and our emotions will work to help us get toward those goals. So put that picture in front of you so you see it every day. Now, the other thing that you need to do is, when you set out a goal, is to write your goals down. We are going to provide for you a goal setting worksheet. There's such a thing as short-term goals, long-term goals, medium range goals. So your goal of home ownership, we're not sure whether that's short-term, medium-term, or long-term, but that's something that you can find out. How soon can you buy a home? Maybe you have to wait a year. Maybe you just started a new job and you want to give it a year, or you moved to a new area and you just want to give it a year. So on your goal sheet, that would be a long-term goal, and you write it there. Put your dream date, March 1st, 2021, I'm going to own a home, or 22, 23, whatever that year is. You put that date down there, and then you have that goal, because what we're going to do is that goal is the first step in your home ownership plan. We're going to build on that. Then when you have that goal, there's certain steps that you have to take. Say you're new in the country, but you want to own the American dream. You want to own your own home. You have to have a bank account, or you're young, right? You've got to have a bank account. You can't own a home unless you have a bank account. So one of the first things you need to do, home ownership 101, right? You need to open a bank account. So we've have a handout here, choosing a financial institution. Where do you do your banking? Where do you want to do your banking? I've lived in my current home for over 30 years, and my bank is right near my grocery store. So I can go to the bank, go to the ATM, go to the grocery store, right there all together. There's a Walgreens, there's a grocery store, and I work from home, so it's near my home, it's near my work. So think about the convenience factor of where you want your bank to be. Maybe you want a bank that has more than one location. My particular bank has a location near my home, and then I have an office that I occasionally go to to see clients, and there's a branch right there. So it's great for me. So look at the locations and convenience for you. See if they have an ATM because you want the ATM convenience so you don't get hit with all those fees from other banks. And about the hours, do their hours suit you? Do they have Saturday hours? Some banks now even have Sunday hours. So see how that works for your schedule and your convenience. Does somebody in that bank speak my language? If you have somebody at the bank that speaks the same language as you do, that's going to be a big help. So maybe ask the branch manager if there's somebody there that speaks your language. Usually, if there isn't, they can find somebody that can talk to you on the phone and help you. But don't be afraid to ask because it's important for confidence that somebody speaks your own language. How are complaints handled? There's not going to be many complaints with a bank. Banks are very regulated by the federal government, so don't worry about that. Is the financial institution insured? Most are insured by FDIC insurance. And this is something that is not typical in other countries. This is why some people coming from other countries are afraid to put their money in a bank. They think they're going to lose it. And maybe in the past that happened to them or a family member in their home country. That doesn't happen here anymore. So go ahead and trust the bank and get started there. So you've got your goals, you've got your bank. Now what we have to do is look at your spending. Look at your income now and look at your spending. And we've got some worksheets there for you to do that too. Because you want to know what you're spending on what you're doing now. And sometimes what we're doing now is not conducive to buying a new house. If we're overspending and spending more than we need and should, and too much on credit cards and all that, we need to look at that so you can change your habits. It's easy to do when you have a goal in mind. It's easy to look at what you're doing now and what you need to change in order to reach that goal. Do you have to cut back on spending? Do you have to increase your income? Do you have to get a second job? My dad did that. He got a second job when they wanted to own a home. Or does somebody need to go from a part-time job to a full-time? There's all kinds of things. Look at your family situation and see what's the best way for you to look at your income and your expenses. Sometimes you can keep your income the same, but just reduce your expenses because all of us spend money in ways that if we took a look at it, we would say, I shouldn't do that. I'll tell you one thing that a lot of people are doing and they don't realize that you're adding on these like streaming services, $9.99 a month or something else is $3.99 a month. Amazon Prime is $9.99. You start to add up all these things and they can add up. So review all your expenses. And then there's a category, needs versus wants. Do you need Amazon Prime or do you just want it? Do you need the streaming service or do you just want it? Do you need enhanced cable or can you do with just the basic cable? Or a lot of things like Starbucks coffee. We call it the Starbucks effect. That is expensive. That coffee is expensive. Go to McDonald's, it's only $1, or get it at the gas station where it's less. You'd be surprised how much you can save just on switching to a simple, less expensive coffee, or pack your lunch instead of buying lunch. These things, once you start looking at how you're spending your money, you're going to make better decisions and wiser decisions because spending money on a new house is the way to go. So cut back on that spending a little bit. I don't want you to be unhappy, but just look at where things are going and keep that goal in mind. Your goal is a new home. Your goal is financial security for your family. Your goal is to build wealth for your family. So changing a little coffee in the morning or in the afternoon, it's well worth that goal. So keep that goal in mind And when you are looking at your expenses, then you're going to look at it in a different light. So we have all those worksheets on for download for you on the website, yourrealestateacademy.com. Go on there and download everything and just spend some time with those questions. Set your family down and, let them know the goal. It's a family goal. Put it where everybody can see it. Another hint is if you're younger and you're thinking about, I want to be a homeowner in 2 years, don't buy an expensive car. Do not buy an expensive car. Buy a used $2,000 car that you can pay cash for or something, because that's one of the biggest problems that people run into. Their car payments are too high. Your car payment is going to take away from how much house you can buy. Your car does not build wealth. Your house builds wealth. So do not ever buy an expensive car. Buy the house first and then buy the expensive car if you can afford it, but never the other way around. So that's one of the most important first things. Don't buy an expensive car. Watch your expenses, cut back a little here and there, and then you're going to have money for a down payment, and you're going to have money to pay a mortgage payment instead of rent, and you're going to be much farther along. Now, thank you for joining me today. I hope you found this class hopeful. If you have any questions or suggestions, just please contact me, and my contact information will be on the final slide. Here is a list of the free resources that we have. And again, just go on the website and download them. And I think they're going to be very, very helpful. I wish I had these before I bought my house, because there were things I probably would have done differently. But I got there, so you can too. Now, my goal, talking about goals, my goal is to help 100 families become homeowners so they can start building family wealth. Is your goal going to be one of them? If it is, contact me. Let's get started. Contact me for your free buyer's consultation. Here's all my contact information. And stay tuned for next week's topic. What if I've had a bankruptcy or a foreclosure? How do I become a homeowner again after those things? And I'll give you a hint. You can, and it's not horrible hard. Okay, thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing you next time.